Hey, this is Malika of Evanston Live TV, and I have with me today an author. I have so much respect for people who can have a vision, a concept about writing a book, and they actually do it. So many people have a thought about writing a book, but they never do it. It's rare that it actually
Oh,
happens.
Jesus. Oh my
And
gosh.
yes, yes. Okay, everyone can stay muted. All right. So today we have with us Juleya Woodson, and she has written a book called I Hope They Understand. I hope they understand. The title alone is powerful, Juleya. So welcome to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. So thank you for allowing me to come on your platform and share for sure.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. So, girl, the title, I hope they understand. Can you show people the book?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay, first of all, I want to tell you, you got some great compliments
What's up, big dog? I
on
see
the
you, man. What's going on?
illustration of the book. You've got some great stuff
What's good with you?
already. If everyone can stay muted,
Oh,
that
okay.
would be
What you do?
awesome. Okay. Okay, Juleya, show the book one more time. Yes, yes. So what I was saying was you're already getting compliments just on the illustration alone. It's great. So if you could just lay out to people, I hope they understand. That's a powerful title.
Yes. So I hope they understand means so much. And it's just that I hope everyone understands that it's not Black, that the labels that are placed on us by society, that we are not those, and we are so much more. So that's what I hope they understand means. I hope they understand how intelligent we are, how innovative we are, how resilient we are. Because anybody, I feel like growing up or thriving in a world that is made, to see them fail, anybody that can become successful is resilient. And I feel like we have done that as a community. And I hope they understand how hardworking we are. We work hard that we've got. And I just hope everyone understands that. And I hope they understand that Black is beautiful, no matter what the media says beautiful is. I hope everyone understands that Black is beautiful. And that is the message I wanted to send in my children's book and remind the kids of their beauty. So there will be a series of I hope they understands, and this will be the first of many. So.
Okay. So usually with writers, okay, everyone please stay muted. Please stay muted. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, Juleya. um, so with writers, authors, well, anyone doing anything creative, it's usually some situation that brought them to that point of having to express it and for others to learn from it. So what was that moment for you? Or were there several moments?
Yes. So for me, around the time of the Brianna Taylor and George Floyd incident, um, can you hear me? I'm sorry.
I
Am I
can
breaking up?
I can hear you.
Okay. So I started writing around the events, and I just remember feeling so afraid, um, so insecure, um, unsafe, just everything. And I just literally cannot help but to think about what's going to happen to my husband, you know, what's going to happen to my brothers, my uncles, just every Black male and just Black person in general. And as a mother, I automatically thought about my son, and what his life would look like in this world. So that motivated me to start writing, as well as my work as a family support specialist. I see firsthand how much the youngest mind, you know, internalizes things and how much they soak up. We think they don't understand a lot more than we think they do. And that is what motivated me to start writing the book and just remind them of their beauty. Even though the world is saying Black is not beautiful, Black is dangerous, you should be afraid of Black, I wanted to remind all Black children that Black is beautiful, you are capable, while also enlightening other children of cultural and racial differences so that it can be something that's accepted and not frowned upon.
Okay, now you say this book is for everyone. So what is the message for like what would little white children or Asian children, what would they get from a book like this?
Yes, so the book is actually filled with a ton of affirmations, and it's mine to internalize, and receive the message. And so any child can say that and receive that message and feel beautiful. So my goal at the end of the book is that all kids will feel that their skin realize that and appreciate it.
Okay, now you say you work in family support services. So exactly
Yes.
describe the work that you do. I'm curious. Sounds interesting.
So I am currently a family support specialist for the Child Care Network of Evanston, right there on Dodge between Dempster and Lake. And we provide services for children between the ages of 0 and 5. It's an early Head Start program. So we offer childcare services. Please remember us for those if you guys have any little ones that need childcare, home visiting, and prenatal needs. So what I am constantly doing is observing the children. It looks different now since I can't be in the classroom because of COVID, but making sure the children are getting everything they need to be successful in the classroom and assisting the teachers in doing so, but also providing tons of comprehensive services for the families to thrive, so that they can then help their child be successful. So that sums up a lot of what I'm doing on a daily.
Okay, that's interesting. So age 0 to 5. Now I know in District 65, one of the complaints is that a lot of children aren't really prepared by the time they even get to kindergarten. So what do you think that is, and what is it that your service does to help them get prepared for that?
Yes, so we do provide the early childhood education, and we are going through social emotional, we're going through cognitive skills, we're going through language skills. We are making sure that the child is where they need to be developmentally so that when they do get to kindergarten, they're already prepared because they've been working on those skills from 0 to 5. So our hope is that by the time they get to kindergarten, they'll be well on and thriving after completing our program.
And what do you think it is that some kids just aren't prepared for kindergarten level?
Um, well, some of it is that, I mean, as parents, we don't always know exactly what we need to do to get our child prepared.
Mm.
Um, so we're there. Our program works to also make sure that the parents are on board and they know what their child needs. We're also listening to the parents' concerns, and we're addressing those too and helping them to understand those as well. So that's a big piece of getting the child prepared, is that child and parent interaction, and ensuring that they have healthy connection. So then the child can feel comfortable enough to thrive on their own outside of our program. So that's, we do a lot of that.
Do you find that some of it is confidence? Because I hear many parents complain that their kids aren't celebrated when they do great things like other kids are, or just if they're having a bad day, that's really highlighted as this is who they are. This is, they have emotional issues. So I just find it interesting. You've written a book that really builds confidence. So do you think that starts 0 to 5?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. I feel confidence starts very young, and kids need that confidence very young to thrive in school, in work, and beyond. As parents, and just in general, they need that early childhood confidence and that early childhood set of skills, because they're going to use those tools as they go through life. For sure. 0 to 5 is definitely the foundation for the future. And I'm a strong believer of that.
Hmm. Well, I cannot wait. A friend of mine just ordered your book today. And I know several other people are looking forward to checking out this video and hearing more about you, because people tend to get into the author. Well, who's the author? Who is this person writing this book, to our children? What is the one thing that you really want people to understand about why you wrote this book, and what you really want children to get out of this?
So I really want to build a world of acceptance. And I feel that kids are so pure. They do not care about skin color. They just want to play. They'll play with whomever. And I think it's important for us as adults to preserve that, so that we can have a new set of leaders, that is more accepting. And I feel that's the key to a change in a better world for all of us, is preserving our kids and meeting them where they're at, and having these racial conversations, and helping them to feel comfortable to have them, to actually ask, oh, mom, or anyone, why is her skin darker than mine? Or why is her hair, curlier than mine? Or why is it straighter? Kids should feel comfortable asking those conversations, and we should feel comfortable engaging in those conversations with kids, because that is the only way that we would move forward and build a world of acceptance, and cultural competence. Because in order to have any successful relationship, you must know something about other cultures, and you have to appreciate them in order to work effectively with them. So that's my goal, is to build a world that's more accepting, that's more culturally competent, and just enlightening everyone of racial difference, and encouraging people to celebrate it and not frown upon it.
Hmm. I helped co-author push two pieces of legislation with Representative Ford, and it's kind of the same concept. We wanted to make sure that the true history of Black people, as well as other cultures who helped to build this country, that is taught in the state of Illinois in the curriculum, so that all children come to understand and respect what everyone has contributed, and it has to start young, age 5, because I truly believe that it impacts our self-worth and how we even see ourselves, is what's being taught in school about our history, that we started in slavery, and pretty much about it. It doesn't say anything else. So I think that that's had a huge impact on self-esteem, self-worth, and then how, police officers see us. It's what was fed into them about us.
Mhm.
So I think your book just sounds like perfect. Like it needs to be in every school, every kindergarten classroom to just start planting that seed to appreciate others.
Mhm.
Definitely see the beauty in all.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a known fact that at the age of 3.5, even to 4, that kids are adding value to their environment and they are internalizing racism and superiority, as Dr. Rosemary Allen says. It is so true. At very early ages, they are internalizing their world. And I remember being that age and I remember internalizing a lot, a lot more than my parents actually thought I did. And even the media, I remember wanting lighter skin when I was that age, wanting longer, straighter hair, to the point where I went and I cut on a hot um, iron and laid my head on the board and went across my hair with it, and my hair did not stay straight like I hoped it would. It burned it out, but it's just an example of how much the youngest mind internalizes everything, even though we think they're not. They are. Even when they're playing, they're listening and
Mm.
internalizing everything. So it's important for us to remember that and to meet them where they're at and help preserve their innocence and their everything. So,
Mhm. Now, going back to, I know a ton of people who are like, yeah, I'm going to write a book. And they've been saying it for years. Have yet to see it. But so what did you do? How did you just come to just sit down and just start writing this book?
so it was really just me honestly shooting my shot, as we would say. And it was something I've always wanted to do. Originally, it was I wanted to create a book for maybe high school age. But after all of this, and since I had my own son, the age group changed for me to 0 to 5. And so I just remember, doing all that. I'm sorry, I had a background, so I don't even remember the question. What were you
Like
asking me? Sorry.
what was your process to even get started? Because so many people think about it, talk about it, but then they don't do it. It's a lot to accomplish to write a book and actually get it out there. So what was the
Right.
process?
Yeah. So I, after all, like I already wanted to do it. So I just finally sat down and did it. And I wasn't expecting as much positive feedback that I got. And I didn't know how to get it published. I didn't know who to reach out to for illustrations. And then one day I just said, you know what, I'm going to write it. And then I literally did a random Google search of books that were similar to the ones I wanted to write. And I looked to see who published their book. And then I did some digging and reached out to their publisher. And that's how I got my publisher. And then I had a random Facebook for an illustrator, and I was so excited that my old classmate from undergrad actually responded, and it just worked since then.
Yeah, she did a great job on the cover. It's really really nice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the process. I do artist talk for creative co-working, and that's one of my questions for artists is their process and how they. I mean, do you when you were writing this book? Were you one of those writers where you had notes just everywhere? Right when you're riding the train or in the car, you're writing down thoughts like what. Take us through that whole process of creating this book. that I'm all
So I
curious about that.
literally, oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I So I didn't have any notes. I actually already kind of knew what I wanted to do because of my personal experience and how I felt during that time. So I literally started writing, and I did go back maybe about 10 times and delete some stuff and then add some stuff and then think about my work as a family support specialist and the kind of language they need to actually internalize the message. So I had to go back and I'm like, oh, that sounds a little more like for a 12-year-old. So I had to go back and make it a little simpler. So I went back maybe about 10 to 15 times before I felt like it was perfect.
Hmm. Um, Now you said there were times you had to edit it because you felt like the conversation may go over their head. I've had conversations with people where I'm telling them, you really have to connect to people, and they took it you're as me saying you have to uh, dumb the conversation down. I'm like, no, you have to meet people where they're at for
Hmm.
them to connect and relate and understand. So
Yeah.
in writing this book, and that is for what age group?
0 to 5.
0 to 5.
Hmm.
So a 5-year-old is going to grasp differently than a 3-year-old. So how do you work that language?
Yeah. So for 0 to 3, I really wanted to make sure the pictures were popping, the colors were bright to hold their attention. And then as I started writing, I wanted to, I know kids like to repeat things back. And it helps them when they repeat, they're actually learning and they're able to hold on to concepts longer. So I made sure I added a piece where they can actually repeat it back for the older kids, maybe 3 to 5. Um, so it was just a lot of making sure everything was bright, making sure there was some repeating going on, and making sure the writing was very simple for the youngest mind to internalize and receive that message. So,
Mhm. Now, is this going to be a series? Are you planning a series, a book?
yeah, yes, I do want to keep writing, and I want to create a series. As I was saying, I hope they understand means so much. And the list goes on. So I want to stay in that and I want to keep educating, kids and encouraging them and boosting their self-esteem. So there will be a series eventually.
Now, I know you're selling on Amazon. Are you in any of the bookstores here in Evanston?
So I'm on Amazon, Barnes and Noble website, and I'm also in contact with a children's bookstore in Evanston that I'm trying to work out a partnership with. So as soon as that rolls out, I will definitely update everyone and let them know where they can purchase the book locally.
Okay, yeah, that would be awesome. Um, have you gotten in touch with the Murphys at Yo Fresh? Because I know they do a thing with books. It's they have people come by, and I mean, they just do things with reading, a whole reading program, and people can get
Oh,
books
I
from
didn't know
them.
that.
Yeah, yeah, you should check them out. I think your book would fit in perfect with them, definitely for the youth. for our,
Yes, I'll definitely have to stop there and introduce myself. I've been there a couple of times, but kind of in and out. I haven't stayed and had conversations. So I'll have to go and sit down and speak to them. That's a really great idea.
yes. And what about getting the book into curriculum in the schools?
So I have reached out to the district in Evanston, and I am waiting to hear back from them. Right now, they're really busy as they're trying to get ready for the next school year. So I'm still waiting. I'm also in contact with someone from Milwaukee so that I can try to get the book out there. As we all know, Milwaukee is still one of the most segregated areas to me, if you ask me. So I definitely want to reach the kids out there and adults and everyone out there as well.
Okay, so now, Juleya, let everyone know where they can order on Amazon. I'll put the link up there, but just let everyone know where they can contact you if they have more questions. I mean, can they order directly from you too?
Yes, so I recommend people that will be ordering more than 5 books, they can order it with me as I can eliminate tax and shipping costs. But it is also available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble website. And you can also get a hold of me through email. My email is inspirationalbooks21@gmail.com.
Mhm.
I don't have a website yet, but I have created a Facebook page, and eventually I'll be creating an Instagram page.
Mhm. I am so impressed. I'm impressed with anyone who has a vision and makes it come to life and is real. And it's the gift that keeps on giving. Like kids can hold on to this
Yes,
book forever and refer back and then give it to their kids and pass it on to other kids. I think that this is really awesome, Julie. I hope that you do a series because I think this would be great.
yes, thank you so much. I plan on it. So hopefully next year I'll have another book added to this one.
Mhm.
And I'll definitely keep you updated as well.
Yes, keep me posted for sure. And also the Evanston Public Library. Now I know Robert Crown, they're going to be doing lots of different programs for the kids and reading and everything. So are you in talks with them? Maybe collaborate?
Yes, so I am in contact with Robert Crown. We are planning to do a book reading in the summer. I have done a book reading for the School for Little Children already, and I am working on getting in contact with the other child cares, the YMCA child cares in the Family Focus building that we are in charge of. I will be doing a book reading to them as well.
Awesome, awesome. Well, you have to let us know the dates.
Sorry for all the background noises. I'm so sorry. I feel so
Okay,
bad.
it's okay. When you get the dates of those book readings, definitely let us know.
All right, I will. And I do plan on doing a book release. Hopefully, once everything gets squared away with the bookstore in Evanston, I'll be able to do it there. And I'm hoping the beginning of July.
Oh, that'd be so cool. So cool. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Well, Julia,
Thank you.
I didn't even open it up for questions. I just kind of took over with all my own questions. So
Uh,
if anyone has any
That's fine.
questions, um, I have to let her get going. But if anyone has any questions, please put your question in the chat and I'll call on you. I apologize. I monopolize. I usually open up for questions before this, but I'm so intrigued with everything. Um, so, Julie, okay, well, first of all, I didn't ask you this. How long did it take you to write this book?
Um, so to write the book, it took me maybe a couple of months because I went back and forth with it. But the entire process of waiting for the illustrations, getting it put in book format, submitting it to the publisher, all of those things, I would say maybe took like 5 to 6 months. And it's really, really hoping that it did take as little as it did. I was hoping it did not take so much time because I wanted it to come out and be ready for the world to receive its message, especially while so much is going on. It's important for kids to get some positive message. So I was happy it was able to come out now, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Now, how old is your son?
He is 2. He'll be 3 July 29th.
Okay.
And he goes to Robert Crown
Okay. Was he like,
for childcare.
was he part of your market test focus group testing it out?
Yes, and he basically told me the pictures were perfect because he could not stop flipping through the book. And he actually sat there and flipped through quite a few times. So I did get his approval.
Oh, good, good. Okay, Jasmine Judon, you can unmute and ask your question.
Hi, cousin.
Hey.
Hey. So I believe I've asked you this
Hello,
question
hello.
before. Hi. So I believe I asked you this question in person, but because we're being recorded, this is going to be put out somewhere. I want to ask you, what advice would you give to mothers who have stopped their dream progression once they became mothers?
Yes, I would tell them to keep pushing, and I would tell them to find their why, what it is they want to do and why they want to do it, and hang on to that and use that as fuel to get started. Because even though it may seem impossible once you start having kids, it's not. And I hope I'm sending that message to all mothers that to keep doing whatever it is that they wanted to do before they even had kids. But maybe their why has changed, but to stay in that and to keep pushing and pursue it.
Great question. Thank you for that, Jasmine. Yes, yes. I was actually having a conversation with a friend of mine. Her dream was always to sing, and the kids came, that went out the window. But that I think an artist's spirit never dies. It truly never dies. So if you're meant to create, it's gonna resurface. And so, I told her, I was like, you're never too old, never too old. Do you? If that's what your
Right.
spirit wants, most definitely.
Yeah,
But
and
yes.
your kids are watching, they're seeing you push through, and that's an important message to them that they hang on to.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, you're setting a
keep
great
pushing.
example. Great example to your son and to others. I know that there's a lot of moms, dads out there wanting to write a book and just finding that they just don't have the time, but you make the time. You made the time. You have a 2-year-old. So I know you're.
Yeah, and he's busy. He is all over the place, I must say. Yes, very busy. My husband is actually doing a good with keeping him in the room and entertaining him. I'm sure he's looking for me right about now.
Okay, we got one more question and then we'll let you get going here. Okay, Woody, if you want to unmute and ask your question.
Sure. This is the husband of Juleya.
Oh, okay.
So I was just
From downstairs.
yeah, from downstairs. So I just wanted to know. I know before you wrote the book and as you were writing, you had some concerns on, the wording and how things were going to play out for the book. Now that you're getting so much feedback from everyone all across the world who's ordered your book and has read it to their children, how do you feel about your book finally getting completed and having so much success on the first book?
Yes, I am so excited that everyone is appreciating the book. Again, everyone, I was not expecting to get so much positive feedback. I remember telling my cousin Jasmine, who was just on the phone, and Keith, and just everyone, oh, I hope everyone likes it. I hope they receive the message well. And even my coworkers, Shelby and Lisa, I remember telling them like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous," and they all were like, "It will do well. The message is great. The illustrations are great." So I'm just very grateful to have so many supportive and encouraging people, because I think without them and their support and encouragement, I feel like I would have maybe shied away a little bit. So it is important to have a great support system as well, when you have these big ideas.
Yes, yes. And well, I guess
I wish I would have knew about it. I forgot.
oh, hello, everyone can stay muted. Okay, to Jasmine and your husband Woody, the support and mom's finding the time. Because like I said, I've said it over and over. There's so many people that want to write a book, and they just don't. And you have. So how how did you juggle that? Clearly, you have an amazing husband who's made, who's very supportive. Some people don't have
Yeah.
that. So yeah,
Hmm.
what would be your advice in how a woman or father can juggle to make a book even happen? How did you juggle all that? Your career, your mom, wife?
Pull my hair out. No, but but seriously, any downtime that I had, especially at night when Kaden is asleep, or early in the morning before anyone wakes up, those are the times I was actually able to get something done. Um, Whether it wasn't a finished and final copy, I was able to get something, and that's why I had to keep going back and checking when I had more time. So, um, definitely when the children are asleep.
Okay, and I have one more question. I promise it's the last question. Um, so with everything that's going on around the country, and your book is doing well, people are ordering. The book, just the timing is perfect because of what's been going on. I mean, Brianna Taylor,
Hmm.
Floyd. I mean, just I'm even starting to lose track of the names and the faces.
Right.
It's every week.
Hmm.
Um, do you think that that has played a part in people ordering the book? Do you what are your thoughts on that?
So, I think the world is listening, and everyone's eyes are starting to open. I think before, as I was saying, racial really wanted to have them. Nobody felt comfortable having them. But I think after all these things that were front and center in all of our faces, everyone realizes that silence is just as bad as the person actually, doing what they're not supposed to be doing. So
Mm.
I think everyone is trying to figure out how to make things more inclusive, more equitable, and make sure diversity is there, and I feel like now everyone is really, really opening their eyes, and they want to do the best they can and do what they can and improve themselves as well. I've seen a lot of people trying to see what they can do to better themselves.
Mm. Well, thank you so much, Julia, for coming on the show. Um, I can't wait to receive my book. A friend of mine, I think his is arriving tomorrow. So I was excited. Just the title alone, I said, "Oh, this is going to be good." So I'm definitely getting my niece
Thank
for
you.
myself. Yes, yes.
Yes,
So one
thank
more
you.
time, where everyone can find the book, where they can order, and how they can get in touch with you as well.
Yes, so my email is inspirationalbooks21 at gmail.com. So you can reach me there. And the book is currently available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble website. And it'll be in a local bookstore here in Evanston, in a children's bookstore. So I'm coordinating that now. And I have made a Facebook page. Eventually, there will be an Instagram page. So those are the platforms now, where you can reach me and get the book. Oh, and also bulk orders over 5, I would suggest reaching out to me. But if you want to do it through Amazon or Barnes and Noble, you can. But I do recommend individuals that want to order, or organizations that want to order more than 5, to reach out to me.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Juleya Woodson. Everybody get out there and order I Hope They Understand by Juleya Woodson. I mean, she is answering the call. She sees the need. She works with children and families, so she understands, you know, kids need that understanding and learning acceptance of each other, respect for each other, and knowing, respecting the similarities as well as the differences, and just accepting. And we got to start them young, 0 to 5. I think that's perfect, Juleya. You got to plant the seed early. Plant the seed early. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to see what else is coming from you. So you're a person who gets it done. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks again for having me on your platform. I'm so excited, and this was fun. So thank you. I'm sweating now, but this was fun.
All
So
right.
thank you.
All right. Well, you'll be back. So the door is always open
Yes,
to you, Juleya.
awesome.
Definitely. So
Thank you so much.
All right. This has been Malika, Evanston Live TV. That is author Juleya Woodson. She has a beautiful book about acceptance, teaching children acceptance, and it's called I Hope They Understand. So you all be sure to check it out on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and you can contact her directly if you have an order of 5 or more books. And I'll be sure to put her contact information and how you can get the books all in the description here on social media platforms. So you all please stay tuned for more. Can't wait to have her back and hear what else she's going to have cooking. And she's going to have book readings coming up. So you all stay tuned, and I'll be sure to let you all know those dates and times and locations. All right, this is Malika, Evanston Live TV. Stay tuned for more from amazing people in Evanston doing amazing things.